Hi students, good morning everyone. In our last class we have started some problems. So in third problem we have done two bits. So in the first bit we have find whether those estimators are the unbiased estimators or not. And the second bit we have got the lambda value, that is any constant value. Say that T3 is the unbiased estimator. Now we'll continue with the third problem. So in third problem, what was our T1 and T2, T3 values? T1 is x1 plus x2 minus x3, x1 plus x2 minus x3, and T2 value was 2x1 plus 3x2 minus 4x3. And T3 value was T3 equals to lambda x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3. So from our previous bit we got that lambda equals to 1. So if lambda equals to 1, T3 equals to x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3. So in the first and second bits, from our first bit we got that T1 and T2 are the unbiased estimators. T1, T2 are the unbiased estimators for what we have considered. They have given that to prove that T1 and T2 are the unbiased estimators of mu or naught. The parameter is given as mu. So we got that T1, T2 are unbiased estimators of mu, and it is also given that T3 is the unbiased estimator. So all the three estimators given, that is T1, T2, T3 are the unbiased estimators. Now what is the third bit we have to prove is find the most efficient estimator. Find the most efficient estimator among how many estimators we have? Three estimators, that is T1, T2, T3. So whenever you are comparing, we will use the term most efficient. If you are comparing only two estimators, then we will use more efficient. If you have more than two estimators, among those more than two estimators, to pick the best one, we use the term most efficient. So this is the condition to check the efficiency of the estimators. So how do you check the efficiency of the estimators? The efficiency can be always known by using its variances. So we will find the variance of T1, we will find the variance of T2, similarly we will find the variance of T3 also. So after finding the three variances, among those three variances, whichever estimator is having the less variance, that is considered as the most efficient. So in the question it is given that drawn from the random sample with mean mu. So in the question mean value is given as mu, and what is the variance value given? Variance equals to sigma square. So here variance means variance of x. We have the xi values, random samples x1, x2, x3. So variance of xi is sigma square, and mean of xi, that is expectation of xi value, is mu. These are the values given in our question. Now first I will find the variances. So first I will find the variance for so consider variance of T1. So variance of T1. So substitute the T1 value, that is variance of, what is T1? plus variance of b. If you have a minus b, you will have minus 2 into covariance of a comma b. Similarly, if you have variance of a plus b, which is equals to variance of a plus variance of b minus 2 plus 2 into covariance of a comma b. We have all these variances formulas in our last semester. So whenever you have three variables also, that means a plus b minus c, you get variance of a plus variance of b plus variance of c, and covariance terms you will get. First, if you are finding a, b, you will get, suppose if you have like this, variance of a plus b minus c. How will you get? Variance of a plus variance of b plus variance of c. Next, plus 2 into covariance of a comma b. Next, minus 2 into covariance of b comma c minus 2 into covariance of a comma c. So wherever you have c, there the covariance term will be negative. But the variables given, the sample values are independent. So whenever sample values are independent, the covariance term will become 0 or covariance term vanishes. So that's why the variance of a plus b minus c can be written as variance of a plus variance of b plus variance of c itself. So here we have variance of x1 plus x2 minus x3. So this can be written as variance of t1 is equals to variance of x1 plus variance of x2 plus variance of x3. So substitute the values of variance of x1. Since variance of xi is sigma square, so for all the sampling units x1, x2 and x3, the variance will be same. That is sigma square itself. So sigma square plus sigma square plus sigma square. So therefore we got that variance of t1 is equals to 3 into sigma square. So now we got the variance of t1. Now similarly find out the variance of t2 also. Now variance of t2. What is the t2 value? Variance of t2 value is 2x1 plus 3x2 minus 4x3. So we know the formula that variance of a plus b minus c can be written as variance of a plus variance of b plus variance of c, since the variables are independent. So how can we write this one? This is equals to variance of 2x1 plus variance of 3x2 plus variance of 4x3. So this can be written as, what is the formula for the variance of ax? So if you have the constant, what is the variance of a constant? Variance of a constant is always its square. So variance of ax can be written as a square into variance of x. So similarly here we have variance of 2x1. So we have to write first 2 square into variance of x1. So what is 2 square? 2 square is 4x1 plus 3 square is 9. 4 into variance of x1 plus 3 square is 9 into variance of x2 plus 4 square is 16 into variance of x3. Now substitute the values of variance of x1, variance of x2 and variance of x3. So what is variance of xi is sigma square. So you get variance of t2 is equals to 4 into sigma square plus 9 into sigma square plus 16 into sigma square. So 16 plus 9, 25 plus 4 is variance of T2 is equals to 29 sigma square. So this is the variance of T2 value and this is the variance of T1 value. Still we have to find variance of T3. So now consider variance of T3. So what is variance of T3? Substitute the T3 value. Variance of x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3. So it is in the form of variance of ax. Here what is the a value? 1 by 3. So 1 by 3 is constant. So constant, variance of a constant is its square. So 1 by 3 square is 1 by 9. Variance of x1 plus x2 plus x3. Now apply the variance for each term separately. So variance of a plus b plus c can be written as variance of a plus variance of b plus variance of c. So this is equals to 1 by 9 into variance of x1 plus variance of x2 plus variance of x3. Now substitute the variances. 1 by 9 into sigma square plus sigma square plus sigma square, that is equals to 1 by 9 into 3 sigma square. So 3 ones are 3 threes are. So therefore variance of T3 is equals to sigma square by 3. So if you observe here, what is variance of T1? 3 sigma square. So what is variance of T2? It is 29 sigma square. So variance of T1 is less than variance of T2. But what is variance of T3? Sigma square by 3. So this value is the minimum value, right? So among 3, 29 and 1 by 3, what is the minimum value? It is 1 by 3. So therefore variance of T3 is the less value. So how you write this one? So since variance of T3 is less than, next variance is variance of T1 less than variance of T2. So which one is having the less variance? T3. So therefore T3 is the most efficient estimator. T3 is the most efficient estimator among how many estimators we have? Among T1, T2 and T3. So this is the procedure for finding out the efficient estimator. The estimator's values will be given whether it is T1, T2, T3 or any other estimators. The notations may be different or same. So based on that estimators, if they ask to find the unbiased estimator, you will find the expectation of that estimator. So if that value equals to the given parameter, it is called the unbiased estimator. If it is not equal, it is not the unbiased estimator. Similarly, how to find the efficient estimator means, to find the efficient estimators, you have to find the variances for all the estimators. So among those variances, whichever the variance is having the lesser variance, that is considered as the best estimator. So here T3 is the most efficient estimator among T1, T2 and T3. Now we'll move on to the next problem. So we'll go to the fourth problem now. So fourth problem is also related to unbiasedness only. So there are two more problems related to unbiasedness. After that, we'll start the next problems related to consistency. So these are the combined problems related to unbiasedness and the efficiency. So this is the estimator given, that is Tn equals to summation xi square by n is the unbiased estimator, is the unbiased estimator. So for what is the estimate given? The unbiased estimator of mu square plus 1 in normal mu comma 1. So given that these sample is drawn from the normal population with mean mu and the variance 1. Generally, how do you write the normal distribution notation? Normal with mu comma sigma square. So mu value as mu only. In place of sigma square we have 1. That means the variance value, the variance of xi is given as 1. So by using this data we are going to find the unbiased estimator for the Tn, where Tn is given as summation xi square by n. So first write down given xi follows normal with mu comma 1. So what does it indicate? Expectation of xi, that is mean value is equals to mu, and variance of xi, what is the variance? 1. So mean value and variance values are given, and also given that Tn equals to summation xi square. The summation will range from I equals to 1 to n xi square by n. So what we have to prove? We have to prove so unbiased estimator means expectation of Tn value. Expectation of Tn equals to, what is the estimate given? Mu square plus 1. So we have to prove this one, that is expectation of Tn is equals to mu square plus 1. So first consider expectation of Tn. So expectation of Tn is equals to, substitute the Tn value. Expectation of Tn value is 1 by n summation I equals to 1 to n xi square. So it is given. Now what is the constants? Write down all the constants outside. You will get 1 by n summation I equals to 1 to n expectation of xi square. So we don't know expectation of xi square. We have to find the expectation of xi square. So keep it as equation 1. Now this is expectation of Tn value. So whenever expectation of xi square is not available, by using the variance formula, we will be finding the expectation of xi square value. Now consider variance of xi. So here sample values takes the population values. So you can replace the small x values to capital X. So variance of xi equals to expectation of xi square minus expectation of xi whole square. So this is the formula for the variance in terms of expectations. Now I want the expectation of xi square value. So write expectation of xi square here. Expectation of xi square is equals to, so I want only this value, so I have to send minus expectation of x whole square to the left hand side. So it will become, first write down variance of xi as it is, minus term comes to this side, plus expectation of xi whole square. Now substitute the variance of xi and expectation of xi values. So what is the variance of xi value? Variance of xi is given as 1 and expectation of xi is mu. So 1 plus mu, expectation of xi value is mu, you have square, so you will get mu square. So this is the value of expectation of xi square. Keep it as equation 2. Now substitute expectation of xi square in equation 1. Now substitute equation 2 in equation 1. So what you will get? Expectation of Tn is equals to 1 by n as it is. So 1 by n summation I equals to 1 to n also as it is. Expectation of xi square value is 1 plus mu square. So substitute that one, 1 plus mu square. Now you have summation I equals to 1 to n, but you don't have any items to substitute the summation values. So in place of summation I equals to 1 to n, we can write n because we have total n values. So which is equals to 1 by n into mu square plus 1. So n and n gets cancelled. Expectation of Tn equals to mu square plus 1. So this is what we have required to prove, right? That is expectation of Tn equals to mu square plus 1. So therefore Tn is the unbiased estimator. So what is the Tn value? Tn equals to summation I equals to 1 to n xi square by n. So this Tn value is the unbiased estimator of mu square plus 1 in normal mu comma 1. So whenever you consider the normal distribution with mean mu and the variance as 1, then this summation xi square by n value will be the unbiased estimator for mu square plus 1. So now we'll move on to the next fifth problem. If you want that the video is very clear, you can write your notes from the video itself. I'm writing each and every step on the board so that it will be a practice for you also. So coming to the fifth question. Fifth question is find the unbiased estimator. Find the unbiased estimator of mean. So we need to find the unbiased estimator for mean in the binomial distribution. In the binomial distribution. So now coming to the solution. So it is given that we need to find the unbiased estimator for mean in the binomial distribution. First, it is given that our sample is drawn from the binomial distribution. So let x1, x2, so on xn be a random sample. Be a random sample drawn from binomial distribution. Drawn from binomial population. So what is the notation for the binomial distribution? If x1, x2, so on xn follows the binomial distribution, how we will write this one? So which implies that xi follows binomial with n comma p. So these two are the parameters for the binomial distribution, that is n and p. So what is the mean of binomial distribution? Mean of binomial distribution, since we have to find the unbiased estimator for mean in the binomial distribution, right? So the mean of binomial distribution is given as, what is the mean? NP. So what is this TN value? We don't know. So what is NP? NP is the population mean, right? So what is an estimator for the population mean? So for population mean, always the sample mean will be the estimate. So here I will consider Tn as the sample mean. So let Tn equals to x bar, that is sample mean. Tn equals to x bar, sample mean. In any estimator, be an estimator of mean. So that is NP. So I am just considering that Tn equals to x bar is an estimator of mean, that is NP. Now, if I find expectation of x bar, I have to get NP. So now consider expectation of Tn. So expectation of Tn equals to expectation of Tn value is x bar. So what is the formula for the x bar? X bar equals to 1 by n summation xi. So substitute that value. Expectation of Tn equals to expectation of 1 by n summation I equals to 1 to n xi. Now write all the constants outside. You will get 1 by n summation I equals to 1 to n expectation of xi. So what is expectation of xi value? NP. So substitute that value. Expectation of Tn equals to 1 by n summation as it is. Expectation of xi value is NP. So substitute that value NP. Now, are there any I terms to substitute the summation values? No. So in place of summation I equals to 1 to n, I can write simply n because there are totally n terms. So this is equal to 1 by n into NP. So n and n gets cancelled. So therefore expectation of Tn equals to NP. So expectation of Tn equals to NP, where NP is the mean, right? So therefore Tn equals to x bar is the unbiased estimator for mean of mean, unbiased estimator of mean in binomial distribution. So whenever they ask to find the unbiased estimator for the population mean, so it may be any distribution. Here the distribution is binomial. In place of binomial, you may have some other distributions also. So if you have that kind of distributions, what we will do? Since population mean, always the sample mean will be the unbiased estimator for population mean. So by considering that condition, we will take Tn is the sample mean value. And by substituting those values, we will be getting the unbiased estimators for the population mean. So overall, in the first result only we have to that sample mean is unbiased estimator for population mean. So it is applicable for the all populations. So it may be any population, it is discrete or continuous, always the sample mean will be the unbiased estimator for population mean. So if they ask to find out the unbiased estimator for any population mean, you have to consider first the sample mean value and find the expectation of that sample value, which will be equal to the population mean. So we'll continue with the next problems in our next class. So meanwhile, keep writing your notes. Don't forget to write the notes. You can write these problems, all these problems from the videos itself.